I had to figure out how it was going to do this. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I just did my makeup for a job interview, and I can't tell if you can tell, but my eyes are red or freaking out or whatever. Maybe you can tell, but they kind of hurt. So I don't know, but I wanted to give sort of an update when it comes to what's going on in my life, since I haven't done a YouTube in like forever. Don't even know if I'm going to continue doing them or not, but I was like, I'm not going to put my face that I'll put effort into go to waste. So hence why we're having this conversation right now. An update on the crazy life of Elizabeth Koenig. Gosh, there's so much that I would love to include in this video, but I don't want it to be like 20 minutes long because it's really boring. And I also don't know how to edit, so it's just a train of thought that you're getting. So you're welcome. Long story short, after graduating college, no idea what I was doing. Absolutely none. I had a full-time job at Ace Hardware as a cashier, which was good money for the time, but I didn't know if I wanted to stay in Montana. I didn't know if I wanted to leave. And so worked that for about 4.5 months. I would definitely recommend to work at Ace Hardware if you needed a little extra money and you're working through school. Like, they work with your schedules so stinking well, especially if you're in Missoula area. So I stopped that and asked this lady that I had worked for like 2 years previously. It's like, hey, I'd like to work for you a little bit more. Will you hire me? She goes, yeah, sure. Or she thought about it. She didn't just say yeah, sure in the moment, but she was like, yeah, I can take you on for 20 hours a week. Sweet. So from September 2017 to September 2018, I worked as a personal assistant for this woman who is a bigwig in the community in Missoula. I'm not going to mention her name, but she is amazing. And the best part of the job was walking her dog every day. So if you've looked at my social media, then you totally see that happening all the time. It's like, oh, there's a dog, or I'm tagged in it or whatever. So that's what I've done for the past year. Now, what's all this like weird stuff that's happening? Like, what am I doing? I don't know. But I'll give you the short synopsis. So, beginning of this year, a woman that I trust very much in my life, she kind of scares me too, so I never really want to talk to her. She goes, hey, Elizabeth, what are you doing with your life? I don't know. Don't ask me that. In January. And I'm like, I'm filling in for someone for church. She wasn't able to work with the kids, so I'm filling in for her. And I'm wanting to cry, but there's toddlers all around me. Okay, can't really cry. So she suggests that I go to the university and do career counseling. Amen to that, because I did. I got to talk to this wonderful woman with crazy red hair. She's awesome. If you're in the University of Montana, go, and you're like struggling to figure out what you were trying to do, go see career counseling. They will help you a lot. So there's going to be there's nothing sponsored. Just letting you know. So anyway, where am I right now? Jump of subject, totally random. Let's do it. I am staying with the family because my lease ended in August, and part of the whole process of what I'm doing and about to tell you. So yeah, okay, good. So went to career counseling. All of the stuff that came out were complete rubbish. Like, I wasn't going to do any of them. It was like engineer or computer analyst or a musician, and I go, oh yeah, all that sounds good, but none of them interest me. So yeah, and I'm like messing around and racking my brain, of course praying the whole time, because that's how I feel closest to God. And with walking a dog 2 hours a day for 5 days a week at least, most likely it's usually been 6 days a week, you have plenty of time to think and pray, and that has been essential in just my survival. So I'm doing that, thinking about this. I kind of like the idea of working by myself, but also working underneath a team. I could totally see myself working in something that has art as well as science and math and all of that together. So I was like, ooh, interior design. That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, no, it's another 4-year degree, and I'm not about to do that. So that was like, whoop, nope. And I even thought about like going back to Seattle or moving back to Washington and going to Seattle, because I'm like, well, I kind of want a city lifestyle. I grew up in the country. I like the country, but it's a little slow and quiet. And so I was like, not going to stay in Missoula either, because it's country. and quiet and kind of slow. Like, it's super slow compared to the rest of the world. Nothing wrong against Missoula. If you love the slow and steady, by all means, come and visit. But working here is hard. You do not find a job easily, and you do sacrifice money to stay here. That's the reality. It's gorgeous. You can literally go anywhere in 20 minutes and be outside of town, except for you don't have a lot of money, so you can't do a lot while you're here. And so I just heard a statistic that 1 in 6 adults are struggling financially to even feed themselves here in Montana. So it is a hard place to come and live if you're not financially secure in whatever you're doing, like if you don't have a job or whatever. So it's like, okay, I love Montana. I really do. And I'm so grateful that it has been the place that I've lived the past 5 years. But now I'm like, I'm kind of liking something else. Change of pace, whatever that's going to be. What's it going to be? I don't know. So, la-di-da. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll get a job in Seattle. So I started looking at jobs in Seattle on Indeed and found one at the Pacific Science Center. So like, ooh, that's cool. Maybe I could do that. Sorry, my screen just freaked out. So I'm like, maybe it's getting all this. Maybe it's not. It's going to be... I need a new computer. Let's be real. I need a new computer. This is not very nice. But I also just don't use my camera that I have because I'm not very good at editing. I need to just brush up on some stuff. And I have plenty of time to do that now, so why am I not doing it anyway? So, yeah, looking at jobs in Seattle. And then I have a conversation with the woman that I trust in my life and am sometimes scared to even talk to. And she goes, nah, you shouldn't go to Seattle. And I go, well, why not? She goes, I just don't think Seattle's a good place for you. And I trust her judgment. Like, this is a person that when she speaks into your life, you go, okay. If you're kind of argumentative, then by all means argue with her. She'll love it. But I am not. To me, she's kind of an authority figure in my life, and so I take her word for what it is. It's pretty darn smart. So, I go, okay, not Seattle. She's like, I even feel more comfortable sending you to California than Seattle. I'm like, okay, all right. So what now? She goes, you know that thing that you kind of been thinking about for the past, when at that time? It was June. 11 months? Yeah. Why not that? Is that okay? Can I even do that? So for those that have potentially never been up to date with anything that's happening in my life, I've been interested in moving to South Korea for a year now. And it is actually happening. Except for there are so many still unanswered things. So, anyway, in this conversation, she goes, why not South Korea? And I go, is that okay? Can I do that? She goes, yeah, why not? You'd be working, making money, doing something that you love, living abroad, traveling, learning new things. And I go, okay. But I didn't start the process until 2 weeks ago. So, it is crazy how fast things happen. But here is the trajectory. So I had this conversation in June, and I had a friend who I may have talked about. Again, I haven't been up to date on this stuff, so I apologize in advance, but it looks like it's going to be at least a 15-minute video, so good luck. Thanks for staying here all this way. So I met someone last July. She lives in Korea. She's from South Korea. She and I have been friends for an entire year. She was coming back to the United States for a conference that I didn't go to. And I was like, shoot, if you're going to be in California for a month, yes, I'm going to come see you. There's nothing wrong with that. So then in this conversation that I'm having with this woman who speaks truth into my life at all times, she was like, when will you know? And I was like, after this trip, of when I want to go. Because it's more of a question of, do I want to go before Christmas or after Christmas? Because the holiday season is really important. Family-wise. So I was like, okay, I'm going to figure that out because I'm definitely going to go. So then I go in July, and I have an amazing time with my grandmother and an amazing time with this amazing person in my life. I absolutely love you if you're watching this. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to go before Christmas. And I'm talking to my parents the whole time this is happening. So telling my grandmother what's happening, telling my parents what's happening, telling my family, all of it. So then I come back to Missoula with no money. Sent it all to California. Great job, Elizabeth. Thank you. So then, I go to this conference. I come back to Missoula. I had taken everything, taken care of my job. Like, I had basically 6 weeks off of working, and I was like, crap, I have no money. What am I going to do? So the family that I now live with, the woman owns a cleaning business. So she let me come and clean for her for a little bit, which was amazing. Totally worth it. And then there was this like idea of a conference at the end of August. So over Labor Day weekend. And it was in Phoenix. And I was like, I have no money to do this. Like, absolutely none. And then I get told that the church is willing to help me out. And I go, oh, sorry, what? And the church is willing to help me out, like, with half of it. So I just have to come up with the other half. Say what now? So I go to this conference, right? And I ask my friend in Korea, is there anybody who's going to be from Korea at this conference? She goes, yeah. So she hooks me up with this girl named Claire. And the whole conference, all I'm doing is talking about this idea of going to Korea. Like, there was something stopping me from even wanting to go to this conference. Like, you know, as an adult, sometimes you act like a total child. That's how I was. That's how I was. I was like, I don't want to go. And so a friend, totally like, kudos to you, person. She goes, so there's kind of this block that's stopping you from wanting to go to this conference. Do you think that block is the same thing that's stopping you from going to Korea and applying? Because I've been looking at jobs since July. Yes. Will you work on it if you stay home? No. So I go to this conference. And the entire time, all I'm doing is talking about Korea. And so now, when I came back, which was 2 weeks ago, or like 2.5 weeks, whatever, it's basically like, okay, gotta hit the ground running. Here you go. What are you doing? So she puts time in her schedule. We go and apply. And that was not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. I got a response Monday, an interview last Tuesday, and then I've been working on my documentation. I got applied for a credit card. Like, if you looked on Facebook, like, I've gotten all that done, which, by the way, this is a total plug for my blog, because if you want to be up to date with everything, look to Quiet Times with EBK on Facebook, because I invited everybody who's my friend on Facebook. Follow that, read that. That's going to be part of this. Then I'm also going to work on this too, because, you know, I've been really bad at it. So it's just going to be vlogs, and it's going to be me talking. Great, because I don't really have the effort to videotape stuff and then put it on here, and yeah, no, that's not how it's gonna work. I'm just gonna be a storyteller. Great. So yeah, that was 2 Saturdays ago, and then I have an interview on last Tuesday, and then I start working on getting my documentations. I apply for a credit card, which is really scary. Like, that just but if you are ever planning on traveling abroad, take a credit card with you, because it is the safest way to make sure you do not get hacked. It is so easy for someone to steal your money when you're living abroad and or working abroad or traveling abroad. Doesn't matter. But be smart. Do not be stupid with your credit cards. Don't think it's cash, because it's not. Anyway, so I applied for this credit card, really adult thing. Oh gosh, that was scary. Hey, look, a cat. And by the way, she would be coming with me. So that's a big deal too, is like who I'm talking to and all that. But anyway, so yeah. Then this weekend, I've just been busy. Like, you don't realize how much you have to take care of before you plan to live and move abroad. It's ridiculous. So I don't even remember what I did this weekend. Like, it's just completely, researched more credit cards to apply to another one, because I want at least 2 while I'm there. And talking to people from Korea that I am close to, and yeah, it's just been chaotic. So yesterday, what did I do? I was not home. Oh, I picked up people. Yeah, I've just been busy, because I think something that really changes your perspective is like, this moment is never going to happen again. Like, it really isn't. And so the time that I've spent in Missoula is really special to me. So it's making me cherish the moments I have now even more, that I don't want to forget them. So I'm living in the moment as much as I can, with planning for the future, which is really difficult to do sometimes. So today I had another interview with the actual school that I might be working for. And this time around has been completely different to when I went abroad before. I've done so much more preparatory work. I've researched as much as I can. I'm having conversations with as many people as I can. So that way, I don't remember what my sign off was. It's been a while, but I'm back, and hopefully we're here to stay. Love you guys. This will become a thing. I will try and do this as a thing, because I really should make this a thing. It's just easier.